So yeah, I'm going to talk about front-end today. So, first question, what front-end is about? Well, that's super simple. Front-end is about making better websites. Okay? That's all it is, just this. And we all want that. We all want better websites, right? We don't want to do just regular website or good enough website. We want good, very nice website. That's what's always been the reason why we have been using JavaScript since the very beginning, right? We introduced JavaScript very soon in Plone because we needed to make it better, to have a better experience for the user, better experience for the contributor, for the editor, etc. So this is still true, right? But with time, now front-end is an actual domain in the industry software, in the software industry. So that's something else. We used to be the guy in charge of the JavaScript at the same time as the Python side and the backend setup, etc. Now we do have some people doing just front-end. It's a new domain. You can hire a person to be a front-end. You can learn about front-end at schools. This is something which was not true at the time, but the original objective is still the same, having better website. So now, when you see what you can do with front-end development, that's really a total game changer, right? You actually can build very, very powerful and catchy websites, right? So when we say, well, JavaScript is the future, that's not even what we are talking about. JavaScript is now. We use it now, we need it now for all the websites or all the web applications you might imagine, right? And the question is, what about CMSes and front-end at the moment? How is that going? Well, I'm going to talk about Drupal a little bit. This year was like in March or something, I think. I read an article, very interesting article from a guy from the Drupal community asking, is Drupal a burning platform? And he was saying that he feels that nowadays, you can read this, Drupal is seen by many as a SharePoint of the JavaScript generation. What does it mean? It means, yeah, I do SharePoint because I use it in my company, so I have no choice, but it's not really fun. Well, same for Drupal, and probably same for Plone. I mean, yeah, I do websites, but the whole thing is running with a CMS, so I have to use it, and yeah, that's a job. Okay, I don't want that. And you can see, for instance, well, still about Drupal in the article, the guy was mentioning that a lot of Drupal freelancers, for their own website, they don't use Drupal. They use a static file generator, right? It does mean something. So that's, to me, we are in kind of same situation with Plone. And I don't want to reach a situation where we're going to have people saying, oh yeah, Plone, I know that, my father used it a lot. Yeah. No way, okay? So if those kind of persons, yeah, my father used it a lot, okay? I'm not using Plone, I mean, this kind of thing, no way. So they think they can work without the CMS. I read another article which was epic. It was a blog post about people from, I think that was from the New York Times paper. And for their website, they use Google Spreadsheets to manage content. It means they have one row for one article with columns, the author, the date, the summary, etc. In Google Spreadsheet. I mean, what? That's crazy. And they think, no, that's really cool because the UI is super simple. So authentication is really nice. And the API is great. So that's all I need. I mean, no, seriously, we cannot use a spreadsheet as a CMS. I mean, it makes strictly no sense. Instead of something which provides excellent feature, developed for decades by cool people like us, providing, everything you might imagine, those front-end guys, they use a spreadsheet. I mean, it sounds totally stupid for me. It sounds probably stupid for all of you. But when I talk to front-end developers, actual front-end developers I know, they say, well, no, it's actually cool. I like this idea, I should try it that way. And when we say, yeah, okay, it's cool, right? Cool is good thing. But think about, workflow, access control, content type definitions, media management, all of this. Well, they don't care. They don't care. All the great things we have been building for years, all of that, they just don't care. But the problem is they do need it somehow. They do need this kind of feature. You do need media management. You do need to be able to validate content. So what do? Well, they just prefer to re-implement. They spend their time re-implementing what something like Plone could provide. Because they obviously need it. The CMS features are needed. They are not dead. We still need them a lot. So as they don't want to use the CMS, well, they rebuild some kind of crappy things to make it work. So what could we do? Well, we have several approaches. First one is to ignore them. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. We could have done that like 10 years before. 10 years ago, yes, but now not an option anymore. It's not possible. We all agree that pure HTML, non-JavaScript pages is not an option anymore, right? That's kind of clear. We do need front-end technology to build a website. And so we do need those guys. And moreover, most of the time, they are our colleagues. So we need to work with them anyway. And it's not easy to make them work with Plone, but we do need them to work to build website anyway and want to run the whole website with Plone. So another approach is to integrate front-end into Plone. Well, that's probably what we are trying to do in Plone 5. But it seems that managing front-end process are adapting best practices from the front-end world into Plone is difficult. It takes a lot of time. It's a huge amount of time. Just consider that by the time it is done, the JS classical build chain has moved away by 3 generations. We are still using Grunt. So it does not work. And the problem is, at the end, the result is okay. But it's not effective. It's not effective for us, Plone people, and it's not effective for front-end developers, right? I've been pushing a long time for things like Diazo, Dexterity, Mosaic, Rapido. All of that are very good stuff that you can use as a front-end developer, because you don't need to know a lot about Plone to do that. You can use it, you can go through the web interface of Plone and manage the design. You can also manage it from the outside and push it as a zip folder. So you will have your rules for Diazo. This is something everybody can manage. You can push your HTML, your JS. Well, bundling JS is going to be painful, yeah, but we can work with that. But the productivity is not there, right? If you ask a front-end developer, and I did, I asked some front-end developers to work that way, they can manage that, but they are not as productive and as happy than using their regular build chain, using NPM, using all the good tooling you might imagine. They do have this tooling. If we remove this tooling and put it into Plone, it's not effective. And they don't enjoy it anyway. They don't enjoy it. So let's stop pretending that it is. It's not a good solution. So, well, now if we think again about the Google spreadsheet approach, maybe we have to stop calling it stupid and try to understand why they think it's cool and it's a good right way to go. We need to stop this way of thinking, like criticizing their approach because we do have much better knowledge about how it should be done and so on, and this is crap and we don't want to deal with this kind of stuff. If front-end developer like this kind of approach, like putting data into Google spreadsheet in order to use it on your front-end side, there are probably some good reasons for that. So let's try to understand. So let's try to promote Plone just as a very good spreadsheet, right? Let's say, yeah, imagine the best spreadsheet ever. It doesn't even look like a spreadsheet. Isn't it cool? So yeah, we need to go to those people and explain, yeah, you could use this. It's much better than a spreadsheet. And it's going to be easy for you. And that's what headless CMS is about. And we are not the only community thinking about headless CMS. And the reason why is we want to, yeah, just provide something which is similar to a Google spreadsheet, but better. But just not annoy the front-end developer with all the rest of our stack, creating HTML pages, managing JavaScript and CSS on the background, etc. No. We just provide an API, and they do their life the way they want. They're going to be using React, or using Vue.js, using Angular, using whatever framework going to be cool in 2 days or 2 months. I don't care. They can use the API, and that's the reason why we are making headless. And I think it make a lot of sense. Maybe you heard about ThoughtWorks Technology Radar. They evaluate different technologies, different approaches, etc., different methodologies. And for now, since a few months, they tag CMS as a platform with a hold sign. Hold it. It's no more a good approach to them. They say that they see many organizations running into trouble because they attempt to use their CMS as a platform for delivering large and complex applications, right? Because, yeah, that's something you can do, but we don't want to do that anymore. It doesn't play well with the rest. So they say that they recommend to use the CMS as a component of the platform that will be running on headless mode, cooperating cleanly with other services. That's why I think, yeah, that's what I think it's a good approach. So headless it seems to be a good approach regarding business, but it's also a good approach regarding technology, because just see that we have been trying to mix backend and frontend for years now in Plone, and yeah, mockup, resource registry, that's difficult to use, difficult to maintain. We need to move. So, if we move to headless CMS, what is the competition? What are the competitors here? Because there are a lot of offers already. So you have some commercial offers, like Firebase. Firebase, well, it's nice, but it's mainly focusing on creating applications, right? It's not designed to store website content. It's not. You have also, maybe you heard about Contentful. Contentful, yeah, I mean, it's just a CRUD in PHP. No, I don't think I would use that. You also have Cosmic.js, for instance. Cosmic.js, it's no more than kind of Django admin UI, and you're supposed to manage your content there. Wow, not convincing to me. You have GraphCMS, they promoting a GraphQL implementation to run a CMS, basically. GraphQL is excellent, and it's very handy to use as a front-end developer, that's for sure. But the CMS itself is very cheap. I mean, it's doing nothing. And the same goes with open source approaches. For instance, Drupal headless is interesting. It does exist, but it's just focusing on content CRUD. So it's about delivering your content, modifying your content. That's pretty much it. So that's something you can use to build another website that will integrate your content to manage in Drupal, but you cannot use it to make a CMS feature, actually. Not really. And just one small remark. None of them in the whole list I've been mentioning, none of them implement breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs, I mean, it might sound stupid, but it's a very small thing, but, it's very hard to implement. I tried it. I've been to Mordor. I implemented once in Django, I mean, it took me like 4 days, and at the end it was not even working. And, well, that's exactly why you get very productive as a front-end developer when you use a CMS like Plone, because you're going to get an endpoint to have your breadcrumb. And you just create the markup you want, and you're going to work. I mean, you're going to be dynamically refreshed whenever, you're going to be translated, you can change your language, you're going to respect the navigation, hiding, and so on. You're going to work perfectly. That's super difficult to achieve. And yeah, I'm proud to say that Plone is doing breadcrumbs since 2001. So we can promote Plone on that. I mean, Plone, just maybe you're not aware. I mean, not aware in the same sense as front-end people will see. Plone rocks. Plone is fantastic. You have all the good features you might imagine, like hierarchical content, you have flexible content types, you have access control, you have workflow, you have content rules, all of that. That's wonderful features for any person who wants to build a website. And it's secured. We know we can self-launch that, and it's open source. Well, it sounds like a very good and very interesting offer. And the thing, compared to other CMSes, Plone core is extremely rich. Going again on this breadcrumb thing, Drupal, they don't have breadcrumbs anymore. They have an extra module, or several ones, by the way, to implement the breadcrumb. So it makes it very difficult to have an API, a REST API, exposing breadcrumb as a service. It's not easy. So you need to make your API on the core, and then make sure you're going to dialogue with all the different modules who can be very different. So they don't do that. It's not possible for them. We can do that. We can deliver a super rich REST API, and we do have this API. So we are in a very good position here compared to others. So now, if we say, okay, let's go with that, let's go with a REST API, and as we mentioned, we do have an implementation which is excellent, which manages all the different aspects of Plone very easily. You can manage your registry, you can manage a lot of things, not just content. You can do everything with the API, right? But now, if we go to the front-end side, the question is how to choose a JS framework. There are many JS frameworks, right? And we have been considering this for a long time, even for when we were starting Plone 5. Do we need a rich JS framework? Which one will be the ones that will last for years? There are many of them. They are changing very fast. The tooling is changing very fast too. And so picking the right one is actually very difficult. It's actually too risky. So not choosing a JS framework is probably the good approach, right? So of course we need to focus on some of them, and for now we have been focusing on the two main ones, Angular and React. We would love to have a Vue.js implementation, and yeah, that would be nice if someone is ready to sprint on that at the conference. Have a Vue.js implementation would be excellent. So does this make sense to have several implementations to do the same thing? Well, it does. It does because what we want to sell now is the API, the REST API. So we need to go to front-end people saying, you're free to choose your favorite framework. If we say, yeah, that's a fantastic API, but you need to use Angular, and that's it. Well, all the right people are going to say, yeah, not for me, I don't like it. And if you do, the same goes with React. If you go with React, a lot of people like me, for instance, I hate React, they will not use it. I'm kidding. So it's very important to provide a large offer, okay? But of course, we don't want to waste energy because, yeah, maintaining different implementation takes time. So what we try to do, because we discussed between the team who makes the Angular SDK and the team which makes Plone React, we are discussing a lot. And we want to reuse external elements as, I mean, a lot of external elements should be part of it. We don't want to maintain our own CSS grid, for instance. It would be stupid. We want we don't want to maintain our own widgets, for instance. It takes too much time. So we want to reuse external elements, and we also want to reuse elements between the two implementations. For instance, pastanaga. So I don't know if you can see that. I did it by hand because I'm too lazy to make it by hand. So here I mentioned Bootstrap 4. I'm not sure we're going to pick Bootstrap 4, but the idea here is to have a CSS framework, which is not coarse, which is something very well maintained by a large community, etc. We use it to implement pastanaga. So we get one unique pastanaga package, npm package, providing the pastanaga implementation, providing the markup, providing the widget, the CSS, etc. And then we want to reuse it into Plone Angular or into Plone React as a dependency. So both of them are going to have the same dependency, and of course they're going to have their own specific dependency to run Bootstrap. Bootstrap is, once again, it's an example. I'm not sure we're going to pick that one, but we would use ng Bootstrap on one side, and we'll use React Bootstrap on the other side. That way, we reuse external elements, and also we share common elements when we can between the different implementations. That's the logic of our approach. So now, let me talk about Plone REST API Angular. The very long and bad name is because of the German guy. I will not mention him. Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, anyway. This package is an SDK. Basically what it does, it just wraps the Plone REST API into services and components that can be used as building blocks to build a website. You have a small cartoon. I also did it by hand, so it's not really nice, but anyway. So you see that all the elements of your page is a component that you can customize. So you can use it into, you make your page template using Bootstrap or Material, whatever, and then you say, here I'm going to put the Bootstrap, the breadcrumb. Here I'm going to put the navigation. Here I'm going to have a view, so you're going to change depending on the context. By the way, it is implementing traversing. Traversing is a great thing that nobody understands. I've been talking about it with a lot of people in charge of very important framework. That's a very smart person. They don't understand traversing. It's kind of fun, but all of them are just focusing on routing. And routing is not good because with routing, you define patterns. So you're going to say, for instance, /customer /an ID, display a customer. According to the ID, you're going to pick the right one and display it. Or /news /an ID, you have the news. Okay, but you don't want, for a website, it does not work. You want to be free to have the folder structure you want. So you might have news with some news and also a subfolder with October, for news for October, and you can move it around, and this must work perfectly fluently for the webmaster, right? So we are not able to implement an application which, by advance, would know all the different paths, all the different pages, URLs. So we need traversing. So we implemented it. It makes sure that when you load the page, you ask the page, it will take the current path, ask it to the backend, it returns a context, and you can use this context, and you can map a view, depending on the type of content you are getting into the context. You're going to have some view declared, just like you do with ZCL browser views. You just get them. You register, I'm going to say, this is the default edit view for news, and this is the default edit view for collection, or whatever. You just register them. So it's very similar to what we do in Plone, but it's on Angular. And we also add a kind of Z3C form library. It's actually able to produce a form based on the JSON schema. So the REST API at the moment is exposing all the content types as JSON schemas. JSON schema is a standard which allows to describe a structure. We have enriched it a little bit. We have extended it in order to define widgets, to define the feed sets, ordering, etc. All of those things we need to build a form. And we have a generator, form library, which is very flexible. You can that's very much like Z364 because you can register your own widgets. You can control master-slave dependency. All of that, everything has been re-implemented into JavaScript, into TypeScript actually, on Angular. So it's very powerful, and we use this to have a website running. So let me show you a small, I won't go too much into detail on the technical side, but just to show you what the markup looks like. Well, you can create a header with, for instance, Plone Global Navigation. So that's a tag, okay, that's a tag which is implemented into the Angular SDK. So you just put those tags wherever you want. If you're not happy with the rendering of it, you can customize them. You can extend the default breadcrumb, for instance, and provide your own template quite easily. And you can also override the logic if you want. Everything is easy to derivate. And you have the traversal outlet, which is where we are traversing, actually, that's where the current view of the current content is going to be rendered, basically. So that's quite simple to get. This is an example of a view, so that's a view for a page content, for instance. I have a method named onTraverse, which is going to be called every time we traverse to something. So if we traverse to something and the traversal finds that the accurate view is this component, this class, well, it's going to run this, and we're going to have, so as you can see here, what I do is just enable or disable the local navigation depending on if I have a text content or some items in a folder. So that's just an example. So that's, as you can see, you have the context, which is into the backend. So that's what you get from your backend. That's the actual JSON object, the very one returned by the API. It's there. You can use it wherever you want in your code. Another example here is how for instance, I display an image. So I am into my view implementation. As you can see, I can use context.image. So if I have an image, I'm going to display it. So I have a img src, which is context.image.scales.large.download. So that's exactly the structure of the content returned by the API. And I use it. I don't care much about how the context is set up, etc. I just focus on what I need to do. It's very much like a PD template. And so same way with the title and the description. As you can see, we have context of description, and we're going to get the description there. So that's how you create a website using the SDK. It's very easy. Some of you have been to my training yesterday, and I'm pretty sure that everybody feel like it was kind of approachable, right? Even if you're not a front-end developer. And if you're a front-end developer while you're just at home, it's super easy. The REST API is fantastic, so you have a good feeling about it. Now, let's go with some real-life examples, because we are using it in production to run actual websites already. First of them is a French territory who want to offer a risk management platform for the citizens. So it's in French, I'm sorry. So here is what it is. So you can click around. As you can see, the nav is not reloading pages. When you click on a menu here, for instance, the URL is going to change, but it will not reload actually. It's all dynamic, and it gets the content from the API at the same time you click. So it's quite fast compared to a regular Plone site. It's running on a very small server with no problem. Sorry. Mouse. Give me a second. So, how it works? It's just a basic vanilla Plone 5 site. Actually, I have one unique server with a lot of Plone sites. There is no Python involved at all. I just install Plone. I install the REST API package, and that's all. Everything is done through the web for the content type definition, and then I export them. I export the model, and I put them into my NPM package, because I have a way to push a generic setup configuration from NPM to Plone. So everything is managed from the front-end project only. So how do I build such a website is super easy. Sorry, what is my mouse? Yeah. For instance, I have customized the global navigation a little bit. I have created a view for what is the page. I have created some views for the, where is the search bar? Sorry. Let's say I go to the town. That's that one. So, for instance, it's super easy to have auto-completion. That's something you just get it for free. I mean, when you use something like Angular, it's super easy to have it. So here is a city page. Well, I have made my own implementation of it quite easily just by putting the different fields I want. So I have different specific fields like this date field, this risk list is also a field somewhere which is into my custom content type, and I just use it in my template just freely. So that's basically it. And just one thing. We know that we can do a lot with Python, right? And when you say, yeah, you just have a website with front ends, that's quite easy, but when it gets involving more complex features, like generating PDF, for instance, it's gonna be difficult, right? Well, if you think, sorry, yeah, I get it here. If you think that you can generate PDF in JavaScript, well, think again. It is possible. I generate this by JavaScript only. So I just get my information from the REST API and I generate this very form, which is an official one. That's an official document. So it has to be very precisely done. You cannot have this formatted the way you want. You do have to be that way. We have some cross, for instance. That's right there. Oh, sorry, I should have to. You have here those rows, those fields have been dynamically cut into the PDF. So we can do that. Actually, you can do everything with JavaScript. Just forget what you think about it. You can do everything with JavaScript. Basically. So here, I was considering stuff. Yeah, we're going to generate JavaScript. It's annoying because I don't want to add extra dependency on my server. My code server is just vanilla Plone. I don't want to add something with OpenOffice and generation and template, and it's going to be difficult to manage. I don't like this. No, you can do that. I was quite amazed actually. But you have some a library where you can just define your template and you just generate PDFs that way. And it's quite fast, as you can see. That's also very interesting because here, the CPU which is used is the visitor one. I'm not having some containers wasting resources on my server. I just send a small JSON content and someone else with the other computer can process it to produce a PDF. So I like this. What else do I need to say about it? Well, yeah, the way that been built, the way that been built is all from the outside. For instance, to import all the data, so initial data, so there is a list of all the city of the territory, that's quite a long list, with all the different trees, etc. This has been done using Postman. You know Postman, the tool which is able to dialogue with the REST API server? This tool, by the way, here? Well, with using Postman, I made a kind of scenario able to create the city, create the different fields, there are also subfolders, a lot of them with different documents here, a lot of documents that you can download. I made a scenario into Postman, and then I run it on a CSV file, and everything has been created. So no need to go on the Python on the Plone server to do that. The way it is refreshed because regularly there are some dates which change because there are some risks which are validated or unvalidated, etc. A lot of controls like this. Once I just deposit a CSV, an Excel file on the backend, so you have a back office interface which is just Plone, which is very nice, and the people in charge of the website are just really happy with this Plone interface, basic control. And they go into a specific folder, they attach their new Excel file with the list of dates for all the city, and the content rule going to be triggered and process this to update all the different pages. So that's all from the outside. So that's really good. And it also saves money because I just don't need to deploy a lot of different Plone instances and so on. I just have a Plone somewhere, Plone as a service, right? Next example is about So that's totally different. That's a contest registration. So here that's about making a deposit of a context candidacy. So companies can go there and register for this contest. It's actually running on an existing Plone. The people run it have a huge Plone website, which they use for all their internal processes. So there are a lot of, that's an intranet, right? With a lot of documents and security and different permissions and workflows and a lot of different things. They use it to describe all the process of this organization. But they needed to run this website for outside people, so externally, but they still want to have the information into their intranet to manage and to decide who's going to win the contest, etc. So it's Plone 4. It's a quite old site in Plone 4. And I just activate the REST API and I build an external website with Angular. It's super simple. You can also download your PDF form when you have finished your registration. You can create your account when you for instance, if you don't have an account, you're going to create one. Everything going to be done through the REST API, and they never enter the actual intranet site itself. It's not possible for them. They just use this simple interface. So that's a way to spin off a little application for a given group of users, maybe anonymous user, out of an existing intranet quite easily. So that's also quite nice. But website can actually be totally different. Sorry, it's my slide. Yeah. So here we are talking about regular website we do every day. Like we could do that in Plone 2, of course. But with front-end technology, you can imagine everything. So you can have new UI are possible, new way to display information. You can imagine mobile application, and I don't know if you went to the PWA presentation today, it was amazing, and that's just allowed to run a mobile application on top of any website, on top of any Plone site, existing Plone site. Just install the REST API on one side, and you just take the project of normal, you change your backend, and it's done. You have a mobile application. You can also imagine Electron application. So Electron is going to run as a standalone application on any computer. A lot of things are possible. Look at this example. This is a Plone site. Okay? It's a mind map implemented with Angular. That's like, it's just a small demo I made. It's super simple to do. It's just getting information from the REST API. So you have the folder structure, and then we render it with D3.js, which is a nice library to do this kind of stuff. And you get this kind of feature. So this is another way to discover some content. You can imagine very rich interfaces, very various ones, and all using the same API at the end, but using the rich, there are a lot of tons of libraries in JavaScript that you can use to do crazy things. Like you can do a map, you can do a 3D interface, you can do everything you can imagine. That's possible, and you are not limited anymore by the rendering capacity of Plone. No, you're out of that. You get the content from Plone, and then you build this kind of stuff. And so the question is, and I'm almost done, I know I'm out of time, right? Where are we now? Sorry. are we now? We are at the point where we have Plone REST API Angular, which is quite advanced SDK, and as I mentioned it, we use it in production, and it does a lot. We have Plone React, which is excellent too, which is basically implementing the whole Plone UI in React. So that's Barcelona for now, but we plan to do it with Pastanaga too. And it produces the entire Plone features, all the screens, sharing, configuration, whatever, everything there. We want to maintain our multi-framework approach, so Angular and React are going to stay for a while. If Vue.js is possible, it would be nice too. And so that's ready. You can use it right now. As I mentioned, I've been using it with Plone 4. So Plone 4 with archetype content, that's possible. You can do it with Plone 5, and you can do it with Guillotine as well, because Guillotine is compliant regarding the REST API. What we learned? Well, we learned that there are a lot of great things front-end brings to Plone. It allows us to make beautiful and dynamic websites. It allows us to be more productive. And basically, it makes Plone fun again. Really, it's so much fun to work with Angular and having this great API, because the API is so great. I mean, yeah. And on the opposite, what are the good things that Plone brings to front-end? Well, we have some very good old ideas. We have, like I mentioned, privacy. Pluggability. Pluggability is a wonderful thing we have, something we know about a lot. And it does not make a lot of sense for most of the people dealing with JavaScript framework at the moment. They don't get it because they just focus on creating one application, so they don't care much about pluggability. They just implement everything by hand. But if you create something like a CMS as a front-end application, then you need pluggability. You need to be able to add something without rebuilding changing the code and rebuilding this kind of stuff. We're going to bring this kind of concept, which are brilliant, to the front-end world. They don't have that for now. And also we bring an excellent CMS API. Really, a friend of mine, who is a very good front-end developer, told me he tried almost all the commercial headless CMS existing at the moment, and they all are very limited feature. Very limited. So there is actually a huge market here, and we can be the solution for that. We can be this. You probably don't realize how good is this API, how flexible it is. That's something which is a hit. We need to promote that. And that's my final thing. Thank you very much.
Time for questions, or maybe you can grab him outside and ask anything you need. Another big applause for him. Thanks so much.